Today I want to discuss how to use the Excel functions rand and rand between. Now first of all we'll start with the rand function. What does the rand function do? This function will render a different random decimal number between 0 and 1 every time the function is used. So every time you use this function you'll get another answer, a different answer. Now, if you want to change it and you want a value between 0 and 10, then you will change the function as follows. You will type rand bracket times 10. And this will render decimal numbers between 0 and 10. The same with if I want to change it to render random numbers between 0 and 100, we'll write it as rand bracket times 100. The same with random decimal numbers between 0 and 200. We will change it to rand bracket times 200. So it depends on what you want your upper limit to be. The lower limit will always be 0. Now, in the case where you don't want the lower limit to be 0, you want it to be something else, then you have to use the rand between function. Now that differs in this way that you say rand between 0 and 10. For example, will render random whole numbers every time the function is used, but the random whole numbers will be between 0, the lower limit, and 10 is the upper limit. Now, if I want to change it and I say rand between 100 and 200, it will render random whole numbers between 100 and 200. So everything depends on with the rand between function, what do you want the lower limit to be? That will be your first number, semicolon, and the second number will be your upper limit. Then it will give you random numbers between the upper limit and the lower limit. Now I will apply it to the following Excel example where we have the following. I've got clients' surnames, client names, and gender. And we suppose that there's a lucky draw and they must receive a lucky draw number. Now method 1 I'm going to use where the client receives a lucky draw number between 0 and 300. Just for this example I am going to use just the rand function and not the rand between function, but it can also work. So we will type then equals rand bracket and I want the upper limit to be 300, and I type times 300 and enter. Then you're going to get a decimal number. And to get rid of the decimal numbers, I can use the decimal decrease function. Decrease decimal, remove the decimal numbers, and then I'm going to use autofill to fill the other columns. And there I have a set of random numbers between 0 and 300. Method 2, each client must receive a lucky draw number between 100 and 500. Now our lower limit is not a 0, it's a 100. Therefore we have to use the rand between function. The 100 will be our lower limit and 500 will be our upper limit. So let's type it equals rand between 100 semicolon 500. That will give my lower limit and that will give my upper limit. And it will then render random numbers between 100 and 500. The rand between gives us whole numbers, not decimal numbers. So use autofill to fill the rest of the numbers, and there we have them. Thank you.